Hey, everybody. Hope you all are doing well and welcome back to Michael's Matters. And as we get to the end of the month, it means that it is time for us to do our monthly Social Security Payout Dates videos and go over when Social Security benefits will get paid out for folks on programs through Social Security. So things like Social Security Retirement, Social Security Disability, that's SSDI, as well as Supplemental Security Income or SSI. Additionally, we will talk about why it is nearly impossible for the Social Security program to go at least completely broke or bankrupt, despite what we are hearing from many politicians who are really honestly at the moment trying to angle for stronger positions during the ongoing debt ceiling and Medicare and Social Security program fight. So today we're going to go over the April 2023 Social Security payment dates and talk a bit about how Social Security is funded and why it'll never truly go bankrupt. Now, this is Michael's Matters, and if you like these videos, if you find them interesting, if you find them helpful, or hey, if you at least find them useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way, you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. For now, let's get down to the video. So let's start this off first things first with the payout dates for the upcoming April Social Security benefits. That's for 2023. Now, one thing that is super important to mention is there are no actual payouts for folks on Supplemental Security Income SSI in the month of April. This is because these payments were previously paid out in the month of March, where SSI recipients got paid out on the 1st of March and then on the 31st of March for SSI benefits. This payment on the 31st was actually for the month of April. It was not an extra payment for the month of March. So that was pretty easy. There was a payment on the 31st. There's not going to be any in April. The next payment will not be until May. Now, next up is the payout date for folks who are on Social Security benefits who either started their Social Security benefits before 1997, which means at the moment, the youngest person who would qualify for this would be about 88 years old. So, you know who you are. Keep up the good work. Or if you normally get both SSI and Social Security benefits monthly, then your Social Security benefits will get paid out on Monday, April the 3rd. As per usual, if you have direct deposit, it may take a little bit of extra time for your bank to process these payments and put the money into your account. Or if you don't and you get direct mail or snail mail, you can allow for a couple days for it to get mailed out to you. Last up for today are for folks who are just on Social Security retirement type of benefits. This one is actually based off the day that you were born within your birth month. So it can be a little confusing. It does seem to be kind of interesting why they would do it this way, but that's a story for a whole other video. But if you were born from the 1st to the 10th of the month, then you will get your Social Security benefit paid out on Wednesday, April 12th. Now, if you're born in the middle of the month, from the 11th through the 20th, then these Social Security payments will be sent out on Wednesday, April the 19th. And lastly, for those folks born at the end of the month, those Social Security benefits will get paid out on Wednesday, April the 26th. So here's the complete chart with all the dates. And if you were born in the first third of the month, then your benefits will get sent out on the 12th. If you're born in the middle third of the month, then your benefits will get sent out on the 19th. And then lastly, if you're born in the last third of the month, then your benefits will get sent out on the 26th. That's for Social Security. And then finally, just to reiterate, the next SSI payment will not be until next month in the month of May. All right, so with that done, let's talk about one interesting aspect that oftentimes isn't mentioned in the continuing debate that is floating around the flailing pension program here in the United States, that is Social Security. Primarily, the question is, can Social Security actually go bankrupt? Right now, as Congress is fighting over the debt ceiling, and many members of the GOP are using the debt limit fight to try to extract concessions from Democrats by putting in cuts to some of the most important, most popular, and most expensive social programs in our country, primarily Social Security and Medicare. They claim that Social Security is running out of money, that Social Security is going broke, and that without cutbacks, it'll be insolvent in the next decade or so. Additionally, that the only way to save Social Security is to make changes like raising the retirement age, cutting back on benefits, or changing the way that it is funded. Thing is, this is not entirely true. Yes, it is true that the program is running short on money. And even according to the Social Security Trust Fund report, the most recent one, it indicates that as soon as 2034, it'll not be able to fulfill its financial obligations to American seniors and retirees. And by that time, it would be necessary to cut seniors' benefits by as much as 23% in order to keep the program running at those lower payments through 2096. In real numbers, this would basically mean that if the average retired worker has a Social Security monthly benefit check of right now $1,830.66 and gets an average COLA increase yearly, that's the cost of living adjustment of about 3%, It would mean that by 2034, their monthly benefits would be at $2,539 a month. If at that time nothing has changed by then, and the required 23% cut was implemented, it would mean that the monthly benefit would drop by about $584 a month, or $7,007.08 for the year in totality. This would end up meaning that the monthly benefit would now be a lower $1,955 a month, or in reality, just a 6.8% increase in benefits over the 11 years' time, which needless to say would not keep up with the cost of living that seniors and retirees and older Americans will have had. Again, these numbers, they do seem true. Yeah, that is, if nothing changes the way that the program is run. But the main reason the program really cannot run out of money, at least 100%, is because of the way that it is funded. Right now, the Social Security Trust Fund that pays monthly benefits out to retired and older and disabled Americans, it gets its money through a payroll tax. For every dollar a person earns up to $160,200 a year on their paycheck, a certain percentage, to be exact, it's 12.4%, is split between the employer and the employee. So 6.2% for the employer and 6.2% for the employee is paid out via taxes into the Social Security Trust Fund. Now, contrary to what is commonly the perception, your money is not put into some sort of savings account that just kind of sits there waiting for you idly to start pulling it out once you retire and hit that retirement age. Rather, it is put into a pool of money that is drawn upon by the current body of people who are retired and getting Social Security benefits. This is a really important distinction because as long as people are working and getting paid on payroll and paying that payroll tax, there will always be money coming into the program. In fact, right now at the moment, about 90% of the program is funded by these payroll taxes. But the problem, it lies in the ratios. Oh, the ratios. The ratios of workers to non-workers and the equations that are used to figure out how to pay out benefits, well, they're pretty antiquated at this point and based off assumptions that are no longer as true, which is leading to the eventual shortfall. When the program was initially thought up, the ratio of people working and paying into the system versus those who were drawing money out was roughly at 5 to 1. So five workers for every one retiree. Right now, though, that number is down to 3 to 1 and is projected to even potentially go lower in the not so distant future. So, with less people working and paying and more people non working and taking out, the numbers, that's when they start to look a little scary. That being said, when we look at the most recent Social Security Trust Fund report, they say that by 2034, the SSA will not be able to meet its financial obligations, but it would still be paying out roughly 75% of its monthly benefits, which is the portion that would be covered by the amount of money paid by workers, basically living the federal program equivalent of living hand to mouth. Now, aside from the obvious problem of not paying out those benefits that were promised to older Americans in their golden years, and having a 23% decrease in benefits that millions of seniors currently rely on for their livelihoods, having a program that's run this way may be subject to some very large swings in the pools of money, as the normal business cycle in the US has at times been where many people are working, and then there are many people who are laid off and not working. These boom and bust cycles are yet another problem that could leave the program constantly scrambling if it does get in a situation where it is, in fact, living on that hand to mouth style of payment system. And it would mean that reliable monthly benefits could be in jeopardy as well. So overall, when we look at how things are going with Social Security, undoubtedly we are reaching the crisis point where not only is it definitely going to affect people who will not be retiring until much further down the road, yours truly included, but it could affect people who are on the plan right now or very shortly will be going to receive those Social Security benefits. That being said, the real solution isn't going to be either the massive raises in taxes that Democrats are proposing or the massive reductions in benefits that the Republicans are proposing, but rather it's going to be a little from column A and a little from column B. And really, whichever way it ends up getting sliced, there is going to be massive political pushback and financial pain felt at all levels. I just don't see a way around that. All right, so that's it for Michael's Matters, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, if you found this video interesting, if you found it helpful, or hey, if you found it useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way, you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. So, for Michael's Matters, I'm Michael, hoping that you take care of yourself, take care of others, and have a happy, healthy day.